born in Sri Lanka as a kid, and my only dream as a kid, nothing else, want to be a chef. And I think it's about 8 years or 9 years old. And one day my mom was she's a hairdresser, she's very talented person, and my dad works very hard. I think I have got the talent from her and hard work from my dad. So one day she's a hairdresser, she was very busy and she was sick, and she couldn't cook lunch for us. I said, okay, she was throwing out and she was in bed. So I went to the kitchen. I think I was not even tall enough to reach up to the stove. And I cooked lunch and put it on the table, and called my mom and told, come and have lunch. And she said, who cooks? I said, I cooked. And I could remember she told me when she came to the table, when she saw the food, and she could not even remember that she was sick, and she just forgot everything. That was my probably start. I could remember first meal probably I produced. So I never want to, I come from 4 boys in my family, the third. And then everybody, when you go shopping, you want to buy the trainers, you want to buy that. And every pocket money I have, I buy ingredients where I can try things on any recipe where I see. So one of the travels, my parents used to come to London quite often. And one of the travels, my mum bought this caterers magazine. And this magazine, on the back, there was this advert said, the Dorchester, place to be and work to be. And I told my mom, this is where I want to be a chef one day. And she humbly, she's told me, work on it. Never know. You can always achieve that. And there we go. I finished my GCSEs, and I came home and I told my mom and dad, that's the last day I'm going to school. I don't want to study anymore. I want to be a chef. But I was underage. I was just 16. In Sri Lanka, it's very difficult to get employment when you're 16. But I had a friend actually who helped and supported me to get into an apprenticeship program at the Taj Group. So I started there. I mean, it was, they said, okay, we'll take you on board, but we will not give you a salary. I said, I don't need a salary. My parents can fund me for my travel. And I will take the apprenticeship program. So I started, and normally, 8 to 5, you go home. Me, 8 to 5, I'm in the kitchen by 6 o'clock in the morning. You're lucky you get up at 1 o'clock in the morning, probably go home and come back, probably 6 days a week, 7 days a week. Whatever I get to do, and I always do it with a smile, what's next. So it was tough, but I always want to take it with a smile and learn much as you want. And worked there for about a few years. Then from the company, they sent me with another group of chefs to London, do a food promotion. Wow, this is like my journey starts. So this is like getting there, So I came to London. It was in St. James's, Buckingham Gate. And I did a Sri Lankan food promotion there for almost 4 weeks, almost a month. So while I was there, I was interviewed, and the crew was interviewed with Caterers magazine. So they asked me, what do you want? Wow, this guy is young. What do you want to do, and what do you want to achieve? And then I said, look, I want to come to England. I want to finish my studies here, and I want to work at the Dorchester. So there we go. He went away, and a couple of hours after, I get a message from this person, the editor who came. This is the university that you should apply. That was Thames Valley University in Slough, probably one of the best. Probably I could recommend. That time. And this is the Dorchester. This is the chef's phone number. So I couldn't do anything because I came as a purpose. So obviously, my brother was living. I said, look, this is the information. I go back. I send my CV. Then straight away, I got accepted from college to come for my higher studies. So I came in, then I told my lecturer, then I really want to, I want to work at the Dorchester. I've not seen the Dorchester, what is Dorchester all about, but this is something I thought of, okay, this is the place I want to be. And then I applied through the HR, there was no response. Then I told my post director, look here, there was no response. He said, I know the chef very well, this is the number, give him a call. So I called him, my God, I was coming probably 3-4 months into the country, and it was Willie Elsner who was the executive chef, and he said, okay, no problem, come and see me, we'll have a chat tomorrow. So I said, I'll come. I could remember I came and I was standing here. So chef was busy. Then number 2, it was Henry Brosey who was number 2 that time. So he took me around and showed me. And then I was terrified. I'm walking to a kitchen that I've never expected that big. And he said, what do you think? I said, yeah, it's pretty good. And he said, and what do you think? I said, chef, I want a job. He said, yeah, no problem. So he said, when do you want to start? I said, tomorrow. So I see you tomorrow at 8 o'clock. So it was my first job. I started as a Commie 3. That time you had the Commie positions. I worked from Commie 3 to senior sous chef for 15 years. So I've worked in every outlet here, every department. It was a good journey. I always think everything is experienced in a positive way. And then after 15 years, I was senior sous. Then one day I was in the past, I get a call from across the road from Four Seasons Park Lane. They're opening a new property. They said, Mario, we know about you. We wonder whether you want to be the number 2 at the Four Seasons. I said, yeah, let's have a chat. And I just came and told the chef, that was then Henry Brosey, was the executive chef. I told him I had a call from Four Seasons. They want me to come and have a chat. And he said, you're not going anywhere. But, if you want, you can go and have a chat. So next day I went for a chat. The building was not even built. They were just under construction site. And so I had a chat with the general manager and the F&B director there, like standing 15 minutes. I couldn't even cross. So finished chat, come back. Before even come to Dorchester, I get a call, Mario, job is yours. And I said, yes, I'll take it. And then I came and I took the job. And they said, no, you're not going anywhere. And it was tough because, for me, I grew, it was my home, I grew at the Dorchester for 15 years with ex chef with Henry Brosey. And it was like, you brought up in this family, you go away for marriage with somebody else, But I told him, look here, you've given me all that opportunity and you have developed me. I think it's time for me to go and see what's outside in the world. And then he said, yeah, okay, I'll let you go because I used to do a lot of state events and state banquets for Her Majesty. So we had this charity event that it was supposed to be announced for Prince William's marriage. So that was the last event. It was at Windsor Castle. He said, okay, you do this event that day, and then next day you can start. I said, okay. So he made me to stay back and do the event. So it was quite a unique thing, did the charity event. It was at Windsor Castle. I finished about 1 o'clock in the morning, come here, packed my bags, switch off the computer, went home, had a bit of coffee, have a wash, got up and came back to work. Instead of the left, I took the right and went to Four Seasons. So I worked there even 6.5 years. It's a great company. They are very corporate. But when you're brought up in such a luxurious establishment like Dorchester, it's very difficult for me to adjust into a different culture. And I always think it was a tough life. You get adapt. My mom and dad always say, put your head down, get on with it. Never say no. Make sure things happen. With mistakes, you learn and you develop. And I did. So 6.5 years after, I was looking for the opportunity. I always had the contact with the management here and the chef. And he always said, Mario, you're supposed to be at the Dorchester, not nobody else. So I was looking for a job. Then I had 2 opportunities, once at Perera and Dorchester. So fair enough to come back, I had to come and do a practical here. So they decided on the same day, in the morning I did a practical at Perera, and the afternoon I do a practical at the Dorchester. So I went there and did the whole thing, and I came here. I gave a list of stuff. When I come back, there was nothing done. There was nothing on the list. So I said, okay, fine. I had to produce something. I know the kitchen very well. I called a few people, got the stuff. Then Henry called me and said, look, you have taken the job already here. You are asking people to work. I said, that's what you want. So I did the practical. Then they said, Mario, job is yours. I said, yeah, I'll take it. So I came back. This is about 4 years ago. So my dream, thing, I thought, works hard. It's a long journey. I thought, for me, I want to be the chef at the Dorchester. And always in the back of my mind, never give up. Always work hard. You can get there. But it was time passed by. Henry's there. So then Henry left. Then they were looking for a new person to come and take over. So I applied for the job. They said, okay, Mario, maybe you're still not ready there. Maybe a few things to groom. And I said, okay, no problem. I was a bit heartbroken, but I thought of, okay, no, that's what I need to work on what I need to be achieved. And I worked almost a year with the new chef, that was Stefan, who came on board. And all of a sudden, during the lockdown, I changed my kind of way of working. Whole of lockdown, I took the whole staff. I didn't want them to just stay at home. I took a program, Monday to Friday, doing all those things. So one day I get a call. They say, look, you call everybody on a Zoom call. We just need to make an announcement. I was like, wow, it's going to be, wow, it's something going to happen. And then they announced, it was 14th of July. So everybody came on a call, including my general manager and my film director, then said, look, yeah, Stefan's leaving on immediate effect. And that's it. Then I came out of the Zoom call and I get a call from upstairs, Mario, come and see me now. Yeah, so I thought, wow, I'm next to go on the line, on the line, because I know things can be this. They said, Mario, yeah, they said, we've seen people, energy and the passion you have for this hotel. This is you. We want you to become the chef. That was 14th of July. So that was a turning of my dream. So I always believe, end of the day, as a commie, you work hard, achieve, there's always, end of the day, there's results. I always tell my staff, work hard. And I always make sure everybody it's not just a job, job is just a part of your life. And as an employer or as a mentor, it's important for them to get the best out of me and the company, training and developing, and plus you have family outside. So there's three things, it's product, people, and profit comes to go along with all the rest of the jazz.